Hello and welcome to Mechanics Monday. So this Monday we are going to be talking about something that everybody loves and values, shiny Pokemon. But what are shiny Pokemon? Well, shiny Pokemon are Pokemon that have slight discolorations. Now, technically, slight discolorations can be referred to as anything in the Pokemon series, and I don't think it was till like 5th gen that they actually referred to them as shiny Pokemon. Like technically that pink Butterfree in that one episode of the Pokemon anime could technically be considered a shiny. I mean, it doesn't really have shiny Butterfree colors, but it could still be considered a shiny. So, for the longest time, it was just slight discolorations. For example, like the pink Butterfree, like I said, are, more typically of what we think of as when we think of shiny Pokemon, like Ash's shiny Noctowl that he had in the Johto anime. I think that's what the one he had. Yeah, pretty sure. But yeah, obviously the shiny Noctowl was an actual shiny, and we always think of shinies because of the little stars that kind of come out when we see the shiny, and you know, basically we get excited when we run into a shiny because there's a very small chance that you'll actually run into a shiny, and they were introduced at Gen 2. Obviously, we all kind of know that. If you don't, then congratulations, you got trivia. Shiny Pokemon were originally introduced in Generation 2, and they were actually stronger than regular Pokemon in Generation 2, and then when they made the switch over to actual like IVs and EVs as opposed to the I think they were called DVs in Generation 2, something like that. I don't know. I could go over that on another Mechanic Monday. But basically, they switched over the Pokemon stat system and all that Generation 3, and it also caused shinies to not really be stronger than their normal counterparts. So, in Generation 2, if you found a shiny, you just like had one of the strongest Pokemon ever. And now they're just basically for collection, unless of course you like breed a shiny via Masuda method, which is actually a way to increase your chances of getting a shiny. Basically, what happens is one you take one Pokemon from a different language game and one Pokemon from your game, your same language game, and you just breed them together. It increases the shiny rate. The shiny rate's still really small, but it is increased. Now the shiny rate is really small, as I said, and there are certain things you can do to increase it. Like 4th gen, you could chain the Pokemon radar to, I think, get 1 out of 40 chance, which was really low. Or not really low, but that was a really high encounter rate for finding a shiny. And it actually would like tell you when you would have a shiny because the patch of grass would sparkle. Therefore, you could go there and find a shiny. And in Generation 5, they introduced the Shiny Charm, which is back in Generation 6. And supposedly in Generation 6, the shiny rate is increased. Now, they haven't actually done the calculation yet, I don't believe, so we don't actually know the actual rate at which you can find shiny Pokemon in Gen 6, but it's supposedly increased. I think they're lying because I haven't found one, but, I do end up always finding at least one shiny Pokemon per generation, no matter what time it is, or ever since they've been introduced, I've managed to find one shiny Pokemon per generation. Depending on which game it is, who really knows? It could end up being like the last game in Gen 6, the time I find my shiny. But hope you guys enjoyed this Mechanics Monday. We'll talk about shinies, and we might actually start getting into some competitive mechanics here in a little bit. So be looking forward to that, as we will be talking about the competitive metagame. And again, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time.